Nah, this dude, this video is he's a sex offender, and he was on Snapchat, and he was talking to a 12-year-old. He got 20 cases on him. 20. You gotta watch your kids on Snapchat. Especially your kids, you gotta watch your kids on Snapchat. It's pedophiles on Snapchat. A lot of pedophiles on Snapchat. So you gotta watch your kids on Snapchat. This dude here got 20 cases that he was on Snapchat. 20 cases. So I'm corrected if you like this video or right now.
Bars accused of 11.
Yeah, he got 20 cases. 20. This man is a sex offender. He got 20 cases, and he's been on Snapchat. He was talking to a 12-year-old. So you gotta watch your kids on Snapchat. You really have to watch your young kids on Snapchat. This is ridiculous. You talking to an 8-year-old though. If you accident, or right now we'll be uploading this video for awareness. I will be uploading this video to my YouTube channel as well. So watch your young kids on Snapchat.
News tonight, registered sex offender back behind bars, accused of 11 new sex crimes against a 12-year-old girl. Good evening, everyone. I'm Megan Coleman. Matt is off tonight. Our NBC3 News team, the first to confirm the man that you're about to see works for the city of Syracuse. The city now confirms 45-year-old James DeSantis was employed as a crew supervisor for the city's Department of Public Works. A statement from the mayor's office tonight after NBC3 reached out to her office says DeSantis was terminated effective immediately. Mayor Sharon Owens calling the allegations horrific. The level 3 sex offender is in the Onondaga County Justice Center at this hour. The level 3 sex offender is known as the most serious and most likely to reoffend. He landed on that registry following rape convictions in 2003 and 2004. State records show the victim then was a 14-year-old girl. Now DeSantis faces new charges, including attempted rape, luring a child, and sexual abuse. These involving a 12-year-old girl.
My God.
Nicole Leander has won the investigation into DeSantis' most recent arrest, and Nicole, why investigators want the community's help.
That's absolutely right, Megan. Sheriff's investigators highly believe that there are other victims out there. They want anyone who thinks that they have had similar contact with James DeSantis to call their detectives. That number is 315-435-3081. And I'm going to be giving that number again at the end of the report. We're going to figure out why. 45-year-old James DeSantis is back behind bars with a long list of allegations, including luring a child to commit a felony, both sexual and aggravated sexual abuse, stalking, and disseminating indecent material to minors.
To read about this stuff, to see it happen, it's
that's ridiculous.
Disturbing.
12-year-old
The investigation began after patrol deputies at the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office responded to reports of a young girl in a Lafayette parking lot with DeSantis. When another adult approached them, DeSantis fled. Detectives then went through DeSantis' Snapchat account, uncovering a history of messages between him and the girl.
And what concerns
On
me about
Snapchat,
this is the way he found this girl.
This dude was on Snapchat talking to an
He's using
8-year-old.
Snapchat to find her location.
Some of
Watch
those
your
messages
kids on
indicated there
Snapchat.
had
Watch
been
your
previous
children
sexual
on
contact.
Snapchat.
The criminal
Watch who they
complaint
talking
obtained by
to.
CNYC
Pay attention to who they talking to. Pay attention to who they speaking to.
DeSantis
Watch your
reportedly
daughters
asked
on
the victim
Snapchat. Watch
to
your sons on
record a video
Snapchat.
of herself
Watch
saying
them
how
on
old
Snapchat
she
if
is,
they are
but
young.
performing explicit acts.
Watch them on there.
The
Watch
message
who they
reads,
talking to,
quote,
who they speaking
I
to.
want to record you
That
doing
is
it.
crazy.
When you do it, say how old you are. Investigators say he also sent nude and lewd photos to the victim via Snapchat. It goes on to say the messages induced the victim to engage in multiple forms of sexual performance. This is not the first time DeSantis finds himself in prison, though.
This guy's a level 3 sex offender.
Damn, a level
Highest
3
level.
though.
His likelihood to do it again is great. That's why he's a level 3. So to me, it's no surprise that this,
Hey,
not even call
he
it
they should
gentleman,
kept this big
this,
kept dad to get it to
sex
level 3.
offenders
They
are
got it
doing
out for
it.
you.
The state sex offender registry
If
hosts
he had
about
level
a
3.
dozen photos of DeSantis dating back 15 years, all of them while he was on the sex offender registry. This one now comes from the Onondaga County Justice Center, where he's being held without bail.
But what you're not thinking about is all the social media
You
and
can
the
tell
ways
from on his
that,
dad
you know,
completely developed,
these,
and my God.
the people can connect with our kids. You know, that in my generation you didn't have. And as long as you had eyes on your kid was safe. Not so much today.
Again, Sheriff's Office investigators do believe that there are more victims out there. They want anyone with any information on James DeSantis to come forward to detectives. Again, that number is 315-435-3081, Megan.
Nicole, what do we know about James DeSantis and the work that he was doing for the city of Syracuse?
Well, Megan, not much. We were tipped off this morning and immediately started asking questions of the city of Syracuse. A city spokeswoman ended up confirming to us a few hours ago that James DeSantis does work as a crew supervisor for DPW. We now know, as you might have heard in the beginning, that Mayor Sharon Owens says DeSantis has been fired from the DPW effective immediately. She says further that she and her senior leadership team will be going and reviewing hiring processes to make sure that this doesn't happen again, Megan.
All right, swift action taken by the city in light of all this, Nicole, thank you. Shortly after the city confirmed James DeSantis is a crew supervisor, or was, for the Department of Public Works, we sent questions to City Hall for Mayor Sharon Owens. We're asking the mayor what she has to say to the 12-year-old victim in this most recent case and to her parents. We also want to know, how many registered sex offenders does the city of Syracuse employ? Did the city know DeSantis was a sex offender when they hired him? How long did he work for the city? And how many employees did he supervise? We also want to know if DeSantis's level 3 status was shared with coworkers or if it was kept a secret from the team. We're waiting for the city's press office to tell us when and where Mayor Sharon Owens will be made available for public comment to take our questions and provide answers to you. As soon as we know, we'll immediately alert you on CNYCentral.com and on our mobile app.
That's the thing. You gotta watch your kids on these apps. You have to watch your kids on these apps.
Sometimes the happiest moments in life are.
Oh yeah, I want to direct you too. This dude, it said on a honeymoon horror, it said a groom learned that his bride was he learned that his wife was a man, but also that the person had HIV too. That's why you gotta watch out who the hell you damn sleep with. You gotta watch who you sleep with. You gotta make sure they go to the doctor, they got their physical, how many people they sleep with, how many people they done been with, how many they done slept with. You gotta do all this. This man here found out that this person that he's married was a man. And then found out that the person had HIV too. That is ridiculous. So I'm actually so I'm uploading this on YouTube as well. That's cool.
To a tragedy that cannot be foreseen, but which forever changes people's
So
destinies.
this man, found out
Damian
that his
Crawford
wife,
slowly opened his eyes, and for a moment couldn't understand where he
and
was.
that she had HIV.
Then memories of yesterday came flooding back. The wedding, dancing late into the night, congratulations from guests. He was married. The thought still seemed unreal. Next to him,
He actually married
Zara, his wife, was breathing peacefully. Even in her sleep, she looked flawless. Dark curls scattered across the white pillow, long eyelashes casting shadows on her high cheekbones. Damian carefully turned on his side, trying not to wake her, and just looked at the woman who was now part of his life. They had met 2 years ago at a business conference. Zara represented a telecommunications company, and he was talking about the development of his chain of stores. After his presentation, she approached him to discuss possible cooperation, but their conversation quickly turned to personal topics. Within a week, they were seeing each other every day. Zara was an amazing woman, smart, ambitious, with a great sense of humor. She knew how to listen, give advice, and offer support in difficult moments. Damian had never met anyone like her. When he proposed to her 6 months ago on the roof of his favorite restaurant, she cried with happiness. The clock on the bedside table showed 7:30 in the morning. There were a few hours left before the flight, and it was time to get ready. Damien quietly got out of bed and headed for the shower, planning to let his wife sleep a little longer. The hot water helped him wake up completely. He thought about the upcoming 2 weeks in Texas, on the Gulf Coast. Zara had chosen this place, a small resort town where they could enjoy the ocean without encountering crowds of tourists. She always knew how to find something special, different from the usual choices. When Damien came out of the bathroom, Zara was already awake and sitting on the bed, stretching. "Good morning, my husband," she said with a smile, a hint of playfulness in her voice. "Good morning, wife," he replied, walking over to her and kissing her on the top of her head. "How did you sleep?" "Great, although I thought I'd be too excited to sleep. Do you remember what time we need to be at the airport?" "The taxi will pick us up at 10:30. We have time to get ready and have breakfast." Zara nodded and headed for the closet, where the clothes she had laid out the night before were already hanging. They worked like a well-oiled team. He packed the documents and checked the tickets, while she packed the clothes into suitcases. In 2 years of dating, they had learned to understand each other without words. "You know, I still can't believe we're finally married," Zara said, putting her makeup in her bag. "It feels like a dream." "A very real dream," Damien smiled, "especially when I think about how much this wedding cost." "Hey, don't feel sorry. It was perfect. Your parents loved it, and so did mine. Even Aunt Rosemary danced." Indeed, the wedding was magnificent. Damien had originally wanted something modest, but Zara convinced him that such an event happens once in a lifetime and should be celebrated properly. She was right. The day turned out to be unforgettable. By 9 in the morning, they were ready to go. Their suitcases were by the door, and Damien's documents were in his jacket pocket. All that was left was to say goodbye to his parents. Damien's parents, Robert and Gloria, lived 20 minutes away from their apartment. They owned a small family restaurant that had been passed down from generation to generation. His father had always dreamed that his son would continue the family business, but Damien chose a different path, creating a successful chain of grocery stores. When the newlyweds arrived to say goodbye, his mother Gloria had already prepared breakfast. "I can't believe my boy is married," she said, hugging her son. "It seems like just yesterday you were bringing home scraped knees." "Mom, I'm 30 years old," Damien laughed. "To a mother, you'll always be a child. Zara, dear, take good care of him. He may be able to run a business, but he's completely helpless when it comes to everyday life." "I promise to look after him," Zara replied with a smile. Robert was more reserved in showing his emotions, but Damien saw the pride in his father's eyes. "Son, you've chosen a good woman. Take care of her. And remember, family is the most important thing in life. Work, money, success, all of that is secondary." "I understand, Dad." "Be sure to call and let us know how things are going. And don't forget to send photos," added Gloria. They left Zara's parents' house around 10 in the morning. Tyrone and Evelyn Belmont greeted them with equal warmth. Tyrone had worked for an insurance company for over 30 years, and Evelyn was a nurse at the local hospital. They had moved to the area when Zara was a teenager and had managed to build a strong family. "Our little girl is getting married," Evelyn said, hugging her daughter tightly. "Remember how you used to say when you were a child that you would never wear a wedding dress?" "People change, Mom," Zara replied, and Damien noticed that she tensed slightly. "The main thing is that you're happy. Damien is a good man. I knew that as soon as you first came to visit us." Tyrone shook his son-in-law's hand. "Zara has always been a special girl, smart, determined, sometimes too withdrawn, but that only made her stronger. I know you'll make her happy." "I'll try," Damien replied sincerely. The farewell was brief. The taxi was already waiting outside the house. Her parents waved until the car disappeared around the corner. Everything went smoothly at the airport. Check-in, security, waiting for boarding. Zara leafed through a magazine. Damien checked his work email, even though he had promised himself not to think about business during their honeymoon. "Are you nervous?" Zara asked, noticing him tapping his fingers on the armrest of his seat. "A little." I've just never had such a long break. 2 weeks without work is a record for me. You need it. You've been working like a man possessed for the last 6 months, preparing for the opening of the new store. It's time to learn to relax. The flight to Texas took just over 3 hours. Damien dozed off almost immediately after takeoff. The fatigue from the wedding and early wake-up call was taking its toll. Zara looked out the window, watching the landscape change beneath the wing of the plane. When they landed in Houston, the sun was already setting on the horizon. It was still an hour-and-a-half drive to the resort town in a rental car. Damien took the wheel. He loved to drive and wanted to give his wife a chance to enjoy the view. The road ran along the coast, and soon the ocean came into view. The endless expanse of water, painted with the colors of the sunset, was breathtaking. Zara rolled down the window and took a deep breath of the salty air. "How beautiful," she whispered. "I've dreamed of seeing this for so long." "You've never seen the ocean?" Damien asked in surprise. "Not the Gulf of Mexico. We went to the Atlantic coast when I was a child, but it was completely different." The Ocean View Hotel was located right on the shore. It was a small, cozy 3-story building, built in a traditional style with wide verandas and white columns. Palm trees and tropical plants grew around it, creating a paradise-like atmosphere. The hotel owner, Javon Reeves, greeted them personally. He was a man of about 35 with a welcoming smile and calm manner. "Welcome to Ocean View," he said, helping them carry their suitcases from the car. "I'm Javon. I hope the trip wasn't too tiring." "No, everything's fine. The place is really amazing," replied Damien. "We've tried to create an atmosphere of tranquility here. We only have 12 rooms, so each guest receives individual attention. Your room is on the 2nd floor, with a balcony overlooking the ocean." The check-in process took a few minutes. Javon explained the hotel rules, restaurant hours, and recreational opportunities. "If you need anything, please let us know. We have bicycles and snorkeling equipment available for rent, and we can arrange fishing trips or excursions in the surrounding area." The room exceeded all expectations. A spacious bedroom with a king-size bed, a living area, a modern bathroom, and most importantly, a huge balcony overlooking the ocean. The waves rolled onto the sandy shore just 30 meters from the hotel. "This is incredible," Zara sighed as she stepped out onto the balcony. "I could stand here forever." Damien hugged her from behind, and they stood silently looking at the ocean for a while. The sound of the waves, the salty wind, the warm air, it all created a feeling of complete peace. "Thank you for choosing this place," he said, kissing her on the temple. "I wanted something special for our honeymoon, a place where we could be alone together." They spent the first day simply enjoying each other's company. A late dinner at the hotel restaurant, a walk on the beach in the moonlight, long conversations on the balcony to the sound of the ocean. Damien felt the tension of the last few months gradually melting away. The next day, they met the other guests. The hotel was mostly occupied by couples, some celebrating their wedding anniversaries, others simply enjoying a romantic getaway. The atmosphere was friendly and relaxed. At breakfast, a woman about their age, Nalani Kennedy, joined their table. She worked for a travel agency and had come here alone to scout the location for future clients. "Are you newlyweds?" she asked with a smile. "It's obvious. You have that special sparkle in your eyes." "We got married 3 days ago," Zara confirmed. "We still can't believe it." "How romantic. I love love stories. Tell me how you met." Damien and Zara took turns telling the story of how they met. Nalani listened with interest, asked questions, and shared her own experience working in the tourism business. "You've chosen the perfect place," she said. "I've traveled halfway around the world, but there's a special energy here. The sea heals the soul." The days passed in blissful idleness. In the morning, they had breakfast on the balcony, watching the sun rise over the water. Then they went down to the beach to swim, sunbathe, and read books. In the afternoon, they explored the surroundings on rented bicycles or simply wandered along the shore, collecting shells. The evenings were especially beautiful. They had dinner at the hotel restaurant, where the chef prepared fresh seafood, or enjoyed picnics on the beach organized by the staff. After sunset, they walked along the shore, listening to the sound of the waves and enjoying the cool breeze. Damien felt truly happy for the first time in a long time. Work, stress, business problems, all of that seemed so distant and unimportant. He had the woman he loved by his side, surrounded by the beauty of nature, with a long life together ahead of them. "You know what I'm thinking?" Zara said one evening as they sat on the balcony with glasses of wine. "What?" "That I want these days to never end. That we could stay here forever. Just be together." "I don't want to go back either," Damien agreed. "But we have our whole lives ahead of us. We can come back to places like this many more times.
How you did not know she was a
Do you
man?
promise?" "I promise."
I know they could wear their head to sleep.
She rested her head on his shoulder,
and
and they sat in silence, listening to the evening sounds of the ocean. At that moment, Damien was certain that nothing could destroy their happiness. By the end of their first week of honeymoon, Damien and Zara already felt like part of the small community of guests at Ocean View. Morning breakfasts turned into friendly gatherings where they exchanged plans for the day and shared their impressions. Terrence and Michelle Harris, a couple from Atlanta celebrating their 5th wedding anniversary, usually sat at the next table. Terrence worked as an engineer for a large construction company, and Michelle taught at an elementary school. They had 2 children, whom they had left with their grandmother for the duration of their vacation. "You know, for the first time in 5 years, we can sleep until 9 in the morning," Michelle laughed, sipping her coffee. "At home, we're woken up at 7 by cries of, 'Mommy, where are my socks?' and 'Daddy, Sophie took my toy.' I can't even remember the last time I read a book," Terrence added. "Here, I've already finished 3 this week." Another couple living nearby were Derek and Jasmine Wells, a younger couple who were just starting their life together. Derek ran a small grocery delivery company, and Jasmine worked at a bank as a credit advisor. They had only been together for a year, but they were already making serious plans. "We're thinking about buying a house," Jasmine shared over dinner. "Derek found a great option in the suburbs. 3 bedrooms, a big yard where the kids can play." "Kids?" Zara asked in surprise. "Are you already planning?" "Not right away, of course," Derek laughed. "But we'd like to in a couple of years. Jazz will be a great mom." Nalani Kennedy, who worked at a travel agency, became their informal guide. She knew all the best places in the area and was happy to share her knowledge. "Tomorrow there's a seafood festival in the neighboring town," she announced at breakfast. "There will be live music, local delicacies, and handicrafts. It's very authentic, without any tourist trappings." "Sounds interesting," Zara replied. "Damn, shall we go?" "Of course. We need to learn more about the local culture." The days passed at a leisurely vacation pace. In the morning, they usually went to the beach, where they spent several hours swimming in the warm waters of the bay and sunbathing on the soft sand. The water was surprisingly clear, and you could see the bottom several meters deep. They spent their evenings in different ways. Sometimes they had dinner at the hotel restaurant, where the chef prepared something special every day using fresh seafood. Sometimes they ordered room service and had dinner on the balcony under the starry sky. And a couple of times they went to small restaurants in town to try the local cuisine. By the end of the week, Damien felt that he had completely disconnected from work thoughts. He even stopped checking his email, content with short messages from his assistant saying that everything was going according to plan. Zara also looked relaxed and happy. Her skin had taken on a beautiful golden hue, her hair had become even curlier from the sea salt, and her eyes constantly sparkled with joy. "You know what I realized this week?" she said one evening as they walked along the beach. "What?" "That we're really right for each other. I thought I knew you well, but here, spending 24 hours a day together, I've discovered so many new things about you." "Like what?" "You're more romantic than you seem, and you have a great sense of humor, and you're very patient, Any other man would have gone crazy with my endless sunset photo shoots. Damien laughed. Indeed, Zara photographed everything. Sunrises and sunsets, seagulls on the beach, themselves in various poses, food in restaurants. Her phone was filled with hundreds of photos. I want to remember every moment, she explained. When we're old, we'll look back at these photos and remember how happy we were. The next evening, they decided to have dinner at the hotel bar. It was a small room on the first floor with large windows overlooking the ocean. The interior was decorated in a nautical style, wooden furniture, ropes instead of handrails, old nautical charts on the walls. The bartender, a young guy named Carter, made excellent cocktails. Damien ordered a whiskey and soda, while Zara preferred a fruity mojito. Other hotel guests sat at the neighboring tables, and the atmosphere was relaxed and friendly. This mojito is divine, said Zara, tasting the cocktail. Carter, could you teach me how to make one like this at home? Of course, Miss Crawford. The secret is in the fresh mint and the right proportions of rum. Tomorrow afternoon, if you like, I'll show you the whole process. They were chatting about plans for tomorrow when an unfamiliar woman approached their table. She was an attractive girl of about 25, with short hair and piercing eyes. She was dressed simply but tastefully. Jeans, a white blouse, and small gold earrings. Sorry to interrupt your evening, she said, addressing Damien. May I sit down? I need to talk to you. Damien looked at Zara in surprise, then at the stranger. Of course, sit down. But we don't know you. My name is Kira Adebayo, and you, if I'm not mistaken, are Damien and Zara Crawford. I saw you being introduced to the other guests. Zara looked tense, but remained outwardly calm. Nice to meet you, Kira. Are you vacationing here too? We haven't seen you before. I just arrived today. I wanted to take a break from work and get a change of scenery. I work as an administrator at a medical clinic in Houston. It's a stressful job with constant pressure. Kira ordered a glass of white wine, and for a while, the conversation flowed along the usual lines of getting acquainted. She talked about her work, asked about their vacation plans, and shared her impressions of the road. How long have you been married? She asked after a while. Just recently, this is our honeymoon, Damien replied with a smile. We got married a little over a week ago. How romantic. You two look happy. Although, Kira paused, as if considering whether to continue. What? Zara asked, a note of caution in her voice. Nothing. I just thought I saw something. No, I must be mistaken. Kira took a sip of wine and looked intently at Zara. Tell me, did you used to live in Houston? 5 or 6 years ago? No, I've never lived in Houston, Zara replied quickly. I've lived in our city my whole life. That's strange. I really think we've met before. I have a very good memory for faces. Kira paused again, then turned to Damien. Can I talk to you alone? Just for a couple of minutes? Damien looked at his wife in confusion. But why? We don't know each other. Trust me, it's important. I don't want to ruin your evening, but what I have to say concerns you personally. Zara turned pale. Damn, maybe we shouldn't. We don't know this woman. She could be some kind of adventuress. I understand your concerns, Kira said calmly. But I assure you I have no ulterior motives. There are just some things a man should know about his wife. These words struck like a thunderbolt. Damien felt his heart beat faster. What are you talking about? Damien, don't listen to her, Zara said quickly. She's crazy. Let's go to the room. But curiosity and a vague sense of unease had already taken root in Damien's mind. He looked at his wife, then at Kira. All right, but not for long. Zara, wait for me here. No, I'll come with you. It's better to talk face to face, Kira insisted. I promise it won't take more than 10 minutes. Zara looked frightened, but there was nothing she could do. Damien and Kira moved to the far corner of the bar, where there were several empty tables. I'm listening, Damien said, trying to remain calm. Kira took her phone out of her purse and scrolled through some photos for a while. Tell me, Did you know your wife used to be a man? Damien felt the ground slip away beneath his feet. He stared at Kira, unable to utter a word. I understand it's a shock, she continued quietly, but it's true. 5 years ago, her name was Zachary Belmont. We dated for about a year. Back then, he was a guy, tall, thin, with short hair. Pretty cute, actually. You're lying, Damien croaked. That's impossible. I know how it sounds, but I have proof. Kira held out her phone to him. Look at these photos. On the screen was a photo of a young man and woman. The guy really did look like Zara. Same eyes, same facial features, but a completely different body type and hairstyle. The girl next to him was definitely Kira, only younger. It could be anyone, Damien said, but his voice was shaking. Here are some more photos. Here we are at a picnic, and here we are at the movies. Notice the mole above her left eyebrow. Your wife has the same one, right? Damien knew that mole. He often kissed Zara right there. The young man in the photos had the same mark. But why are you telling me this? Kira's face hardened. Because Zachary ruined my life. We were dating, and I thought he loved me. Then it turned out that he had infected me with HIV. He knew about his illness, but he didn't say anything. I only found out 6 months after we broke up, when I got tested before starting a new relationship. Damien felt like he was suffocating. The information was too monstrous to take in right away. HIV? But that's... Yes, it means that if you had unprotected sex, you could be infected.
Dang.
And judging by the fact that you're newlyweds... Kira didn't finish, but the meaning was clear. I don't believe it. I'm sorry, but the fact remains that 5 years ago, Zachary Belmont was HIV positive.
Dang.
Damien glanced at his wife. Zara was sitting at their table, nervously fiddling with her napkin. She looked in their direction several times, and he saw fear in her eyes. Why should I believe you? Maybe this is some kind of revenge, an attempt to destroy someone else's happiness? I have no reason to lie. What's more, by telling you this, I'm revealing very personal information about myself. Do you think it's easy for me to admit to a stranger that I'm HIV positive? Kira showed him a few more photos. One of them was a passport in the name of Zachary Belmont. The face in the photo definitely belonged to the same person as in the other pictures. I spent 2 years looking for Zachary. I wanted to sue him for emotional distress. But when I found him, it turned out that he was now Zara Belmont, who was about to get married. I decided that justice demanded that I warn her future husband. Damien felt like he was going crazy. Everything that was happening seemed like a nightmare from which he couldn't wake up. Kira took a sip of wine and continued. Listen, I'm not asking you to decide anything right away. Just talk to her. Ask her direct questions. If she's really changed and become an honest person, she'll tell the truth. And if she starts lying... She shrugged. Damien was silent, digesting what he had heard. Part of him desperately wanted to disbelieve Kira, declare her a liar, and forget about the conversation. But the photos looked too convincing, and Zara's behavior at the beginning of the conversation was too suspicious. If it's true, why didn't she say anything? We were going to get married. We were planning to have children. I don't know. Maybe she was afraid of losing you. Maybe she hoped that the past would remain in the past. But you have to agree that building a marriage on a lie is not the best idea. Damien looked at his wife again. Zara was now watching them openly, and the expression on her face suggested that she understood that the conversation was about her. What do you want from me? Nothing. I did what I thought was right. It's up to you now. You can believe me, or you can think I'm crazy. But if you decide to find out the truth, know that I have more evidence. Medical records, correspondence, testimonies from mutual acquaintances. Kira finished her wine and stood up. I have to go. If you want to talk more, I'm staying at the Blue Bay Hotel next door, room 207. She headed for the exit, leaving Damien alone with his thoughts. He sat motionless for several minutes, trying to make sense of what he had heard. The information was so shocking that his mind refused to accept it. Zara approached him with a worried expression on her face. Damn, what did she say to you? You look terrible. Damien looked up, and for the first time since they had met, studied his wife's face closely. Could those features really belong to a man? That mole above her eyebrow, which he loved to kiss so much, did that guy in the photos have it? Nothing special. She must be crazy. Let's go up to the room and talk. No, I want a drink. Drink a lot. Damien called the bartender and ordered a double whiskey. Zara sat down next to him, but he moved away from her. Please don't drink so much. Let's talk about it calmly. He drank the second whiskey and ordered a third, despite Zara's protests. Alcohol didn't help. The shock was too strong. On the contrary, with each sip, the reality of what was happening became more and more terrifying. Damn, please stop drinking. Let's go to the room. Tell me what happened. He ordered a fourth whiskey, and Zara tried to take the glass away from him. Damien jerked his hand away sharply. Bartender Carter watched the scene with concern, but did not intervene. Other guests also began to glance in their direction. Mr. Crawford, perhaps we should continue this conversation in a more private setting, he suggested diplomatically. Yes, you're right, Zara agreed. Damn, please, let's go upstairs. Damien finished his whiskey and stood up with difficulty. The alcohol hit his head, but the pain and shock were stronger than the intoxication. He silently headed for the elevator, and Zara followed him. They didn't talk in the elevator. Zara tried several times to take his hand, but he avoided her touch. When the doors opened on their floor, Damien stepped out first and quickly walked to the room. In the room, he immediately went out onto the balcony and stared at the ocean. The sound of the waves, which had previously been soothing, now seemed gloomy and threatening. Zara stayed in the room, not daring to approach him. That evening, the conversation never happened. Damien woke up feeling like a truck had run over his head. The morning sun was shining in his eyes through the uncurtained windows. His mouth was dry, and his temples were throbbing with pain. He lay motionless for a few seconds, trying to figure out where he was and why he felt so awful. Then the memories came flooding back. Kira at the bar, the photos, the words about Zara having been a man named Zachary, the conversation about HIV, the alcohol he had tried to drown his shock in when he returned to the room and refused to discuss anything with his wife. Damien slowly turned his head. Zara was sleeping on the pillow next to him, but even in her sleep, her face showed tension. There were dark circles under her eyes, indicating a sleepless night. Last night, she had tried to talk to him, but he had flatly refused to discuss anything, citing intoxication and fatigue. He quietly got out of bed, trying not to wake his wife. Wife? Now he didn't even know what to call her. In the bathroom, Damien stood under the cold shower for a long time, hoping that the water would wash away not only his hangover, but also the nightmarish memories of last night. But reality was stubborn. Every detail of his conversation with Kira was etched in his memory with photographic precision. When he came out of the bathroom, Zara was already awake and sitting on the edge of the bed. Her eyes were red from crying and sleeplessness. Good morning, she said cautiously, studying him. How are you feeling? Fine, Damien replied curtly, avoiding her gaze. Damn, we need to talk about what happened yesterday. That woman said something to you, and you... Not now, he interrupted sharply. I have a headache. Zara fell silent, but he could feel her gaze on him. Damien got dressed and went out onto the balcony with a cup of coffee, making it clear that he had no intention of talking. Breakfast was spent in awkward silence. They sat at a table in the hotel restaurant, but Damien barely touched his food. Zara tried several times to strike up a conversation, but received only one-word answers. Maybe we could go to that lighthouse Nalani told us about today, she suggested. I don't feel like it. Then how about just going to the beach? The weather is great. We'll see. Terrence and Michelle Harris, sitting at the next table, noticed the tension. Is everything okay? Michelle asked. You both look upset. Everything's fine, Damien lied. We just didn't sleep well. After breakfast, he announced that he wanted to go for a walk alone. Zara asked to go with him, but he said he needed to be alone. For the next few hours, Damien wandered along the beach, moving away from the hotel. Kira's words and the photos she had shown him kept running through his head. The man in the photos really did look a lot like Zara. Same eyes, same facial features, same mole above the left eyebrow. Could it be true? Could the woman he had loved for 2 years, who had become his wife, have once been a man? And even worse, could she be HIV positive and have infected him? Damien remembered their intimacy, all the times they had made love without a condom. If Kira was telling the truth, then he could be infected. The thought made him feel sick. But even worse was the realization that he had been deceived. 2 years of relationship, plans for the future, dreams of children, all of this could have been built on a lie. How could someone hide such important things from the person they loved? The rest of the day passed in the same tension. They hardly spoke. Damien avoided touching or even looking at his wife. At dinner, he ordered only a light salad and drank several glasses of wine, trying to drown out his disturbing thoughts. Zara seemed increasingly agitated. Several times he caught her studying him, saw her open her mouth to say something, but then change her mind. By 8 o'clock, Damien had made up his mind. He had to find out the truth, no matter how painful it might be. If Kira had lied, he would ask his wife for forgiveness for his distrust. If she had told the truth, he didn't want to think about the consequences. Zara, he said as he entered the room, would you like to take a walk on the beach? It's a beautiful evening. His wife looked up from her book. A glimmer of hope flashed in her eyes. Of course, I was beginning to think we wouldn't spend any more time together. Don't be silly. It's just been a difficult day. They went down to the beach through the back door of the hotel. The sun was already setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Other vacationers were strolling along the shore, but Damien deliberately led Zara in the opposite direction, where the beach was more deserted. How beautiful, Zara said, breathing in the sea air. I've missed our evening walk so much. Damien didn't answer. In his jacket pocket was the phone with the photos Kira had sent him that morning. A few more pictures of Zachary, medical documents confirming his HIV status. They walked in silence for 15 minutes, away from the hotel and other people. Finally, Damien stopped at a large boulder sticking out of the sand. From here, neither the hotel lights nor other vacationers were visible. Zara, he said, turning to his wife, I need to show you something. What? Her voice sounded wary. Damien took out his phone and turned on the screen. It showed a photo of a young man with short hair. Who is this? He asked. Zara looked at the photo, and he saw her turn pale in the moonlight. I don't know. Some guy. Look closer, especially at the mole above his left eyebrow. Zara's hand involuntarily rose to her face, touching the exact spot he was talking about. Damn, where did you get this photo? From Kira, the woman who approached us at the bar yesterday. She claims this guy's name was Zachary Belmont, and that you dated 5 years ago. Zara took a step back as if he had hit her. She's crazy. I don't know any Zachary. What about this? Damien showed her the next photo, the same young man embracing Kira. Kira says this is you with her at a picnic, summer of 2019. That's not me. That's some other guy who just looks like... Zara, this guy has the same mole as you, in the same place, same eyes, same facial features. Damien flipped to the next photo, copies of medical records. And this is a certificate stating that Zachary Belmont is HIV positive. The date is March 2019. Kira claims that you infected her, knowing about your illness. Zara looked at the documents, and Damien saw tears rolling down her face. Damn, I can explain everything. So it's true? His voice became harsh. You really were a man? No, I wasn't. I've always been a woman inside. It's just... Answer me directly. Yes or no? Were you born in a male body? Zara covered her face with her hands. Yes, she whispered. But that doesn't mean... What about HIV? Do you have HIV? Damn, listen to me. Yes or no? Yes, she said even more quietly. But I'm on medication. The viral load... Damien felt the ground slip away from under his feet. Even though he had been preparing himself for this answer, the reality was much more painful. 2 years, he said slowly. You lied to me every day for 2 years. I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you. It's the same thing. You let me marry you without knowing who you really were. Damien began pacing back and forth on the sand, trying to cope with his growing rage. You know what kills me the most? It's not that you were a man. People can change their gender, and I could understand that. What hurts the most is that you put me at risk of infection without asking for my consent. The risk is minimal. I'm on therapy, the doctor said. I don't care what the doctor said. I had a right to know and decide for myself if I was willing to take that risk. Zara tried to approach him, but he pulled away. Damn, please listen to me. I was going to tell you. When? After we had children? By the way, can we even have children, or is that a lie too? I can't get pregnant. Hormone therapy. Another lie. You let me dream of having children, knowing it was impossible. Damien grabbed his wife by the shoulders and shook her. 2 years of plans, dreams, conversations about the future. It was all built on a lie. Damn, you're hurting me. Hurting me? What about me? I married someone I don't know. I had sex with a man without even knowing it.
Dang.
I'm not a man. I'm a woman who was born in the wrong body. Shut up, he barked. Shut up with your excuses. In a fit of rage, Damien pushed Zara, and she fell onto the sand. The moonlight fell on her face, illuminating the tears and fear in her eyes. You know what's the worst part? He continued, standing over her. I still don't understand who you are. Zara, Zachary, some made-up personality. I'm Zara. I've always been Zara inside. You're lying. If you were honest, you would have told me from the beginning. Damien grabbed her arm and dragged her toward the water. What are you doing? Let go of me. You want to know what I'm doing? I'm trying to figure out how to live with the person who turned my life into a farce. They reached the edge of the surf. Waves rolled over their feet, cold water seeping into their shoes. Damn, please stop. You're scaring me. Scaring you? Weren't you scared when you infected Kira? Weren't you scared when you put me at risk? I didn't know how the virus was transmitted back then. I was young and stupid. And now? Now you knew and still kept quiet. Damien pushed her deeper into the water. Zara lost her balance and fell. A wave covered her head, but she quickly got up, coughing and spitting. Damn, stop it! You're crazy! Crazy? Maybe. But you know what drives me crazy the most? The fact that the woman I loved never existed. He pushed her again, harder. This time Zara fell deeper, and the next wave was bigger. She tried to get up, but the current knocked her down. Damn! Help me! I can't get up! But instead of helping, Damien grabbed her by the head and pushed her under the water. Zara struggled desperately to break free, but he was stronger. All the pain and rage from 2 years of deception poured into his movements. You ruined my life, he shouted over the sound of the waves. You made a fool of me. Zara stopped struggling. Damien held her underwater for a few more seconds, then let go. She floated face down, and the waves began to carry her body toward the shore. The reality of what had happened hit him like a bolt of lightning. He stood waist deep in the water, staring at the lifeless body of his wife. His wife. The person he loved, despite all the deception. Oh God, he whispered. What have I done? Damien tried to pull the body ashore, tried to revive Zara, but it was too late. She was dead. He sat on the wet sand, holding her lifeless body in his arms, and cried. The anger was gone, leaving only horror at what he had done, and the realization that his life was over. Half an hour later, he left the body at the water's edge and wandered back to the hotel. His clothes were wet, sand was stuck in his hair, but he walked mechanically, thinking of nothing. There was almost no one in the hotel bar, only Carter behind the counter and an elderly couple in the far corner. Damien ordered a bottle of whiskey and began to methodically empty it. "Mr. Crawford, where's your wife?" Carter asked, noticing his strange appearance. "She's gone," Damien replied, finishing another glass. "She'll never be back." "What do you mean? Did something happen to her?" Damien didn't answer, just ordered more whiskey. He continued drinking, trying to drown out the realization that he had become a murderer. But the alcohol didn't help. Each sip only made the picture of what had happened brighter and more frightening. His life was truly over, not only because he had committed murder, but because he had killed the only person he had ever truly loved. Despite all the deception, despite all the lies, he loved Zara, and now she was dead by his hand.
I think that's the end, I think.
Call is
Yeah, that was the end of that story. Dinah's where it ended. Well, he had to do all that. Could have left her. He could have left her than to do all that. He could have left her alone. But she should have sat there and told her this, like the man, the guy, with chance whether he would be with her or not. So she should told the truth. One thing that the only thing he had to do was to shoot the leave her. He had to sit there and like the other kid to shoot the leave her and like, don't mean just together no more. And how it goes, but he goes his way. He necessarily got to sit there and take a person's life. There's another, he could also, but she could have gave him a disease. There's another, she should have told him to shoot HIV. She had HIV and the shoot was a man. I would have gave him a choice whether he wanted to be with her or not. He would have gave her a choice. He would have gave him a choice.
That's fair.
And I was falling asleep too.
They was really in trouble.
I like the song right
I
now.
bet
Absolutely.
I was waiting on you.
Absolutely. I think soon we're gonna put this song. It's gonna be your song. That was a good story too. Watch out for me. They go to the doctor, they
Don't you say a word, 'cause tonight's the night. I promise you, I'ma keep my word. Oh, hey, I'm the last hey. Baby, come on in, close the door. I need your clothes on the floor. Round and round, round we go. Girl, get on my head. I need more. heavy love. Never be heavy love. Hey.
I'm gonna turn the video down.
Yeah, baby. Baby. Take a ride with me, baby. Let's go. Baby, I've been thinking about you lately. Can't get you off my mind. Just want you to be mine. You should really be my lady. So I gotta play it cool like a shade tree. Don't wanna make the wrong move, that'll be crazy. Crazy. You know I'm on what you want tonight. And since we being grown, let's get it on tonight. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Let's go together. So we can set the mood. Say my aura, get you high when I'm next to you. Well, come and take a ride so we can touch the moon. And please excuse my hands if they touching you. I got that special kind of love that's gonna show, I'm just not telling you. Got that kind of love to have you blowing, that's why you know I'm on what you want tonight. And since we both grown, let's go home tonight. Baby, I've been thinking about you lately. Can't get you off my mind. Just want you to be mine. You should really be my lady. So I gotta play it cool like a shade tree. Don't wanna make the wrong move, that'll be crazy. Crazy. You know I'm on what you want tonight. And since we being grown, let's get it on tonight. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. I heard you need good loving. Good loving. Good loving. From your smile to your vibe, can I make you mine? You the baddest in my eyes, and I just cannot lie. You're good loving what you need. Let me swing on by, cause it ain't nothing in these streets that's even worth my time. Send a visit to your boss, I should work my mind. Been running through it all day, that's how you stay so fine. And if you want what I'm on tonight, then tell the DJ play this song tonight. Baby, I've been thinking about you lately. Can't get you off my mind. Just want you to be mine. You should really be my lady. So I gotta play it cool like a shade tree. Don't wanna make the wrong move, that'll be crazy. Crazy. You know I'm on what you want tonight. And since we being grown, let's get it on tonight. I heard you need good loving.
I don't know if we're gonna drop this song, but I put it on my computer. I go here, I don't know if I'm gonna take a picture.
And they say real men don't cry. We drop our nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the world get heavy, be so much up on our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But where can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry.
I don't know if someone's gonna drop this on or not.
It's okay to cry.
He made it for me, though. But I don't know about making it on here, though. Let me check it, because I don't know if I made it show you a picture, though. On here. For some reason, won't let me show it on the app that I got. I don't know if it's letting me show it on here or not. Maybe let me show you here. I can let y'all hear, but on this app that I got, it won't let me show the song on. So I'll play it again and show you here. They won't let me show the thing. I think it's on his TikTok page though. What's my name? What's the fake? What's the fake one TikTok page? Let me see on his TikTok page. Then he got the other song on play too. So on TikTok page. It's for the media too. Wait a minute, let me play it. On here too. See. Stupid night you say you can't date. And yeah. know he can. Yeah. Yeah, we say they dance, we dance. Number 92 say he can't dance. Yeah. There's something on TikTok page. When they ask him to dance, say he can't dance. Yeah. Which is a lie. He can't dance. He say he can't dance, but he can. Yeah. When they ask him to dance, he say he can't dance. He say that to me now, I can't dance.
Maybe I'm hard to love, but we just too smart to love. Maybe we reached our peak, now we losing a part of us. I know the feeling just ain't me. We lost the sport that once started us. I don't know what's left to do. Don't have much left to choose. Time got us so confused. Giving up don't mean we lose. Told me you wanted your space. Let you be free, so I did that. How could you play in my face? All along you was playing your kid back. Maybe I'm hard to love, but we just too smart to love. Maybe we reached our peak, now we losing a part of us. I know the feeling just ain't me. We lost the sport that once started us. I don't know what's left to do. Don't have much left to choose. Time got us so confused. Giving up don't mean we lose. Told me you wanted your space. Let you be free, so I did that. How could you play in my face? All along you was playing in your kid back. Maybe I'm.
Oh yeah, this song you made, this is the AI song that you made. It's for the men. I told you to drop it, but it's for the men. It's for the men.
Said all the things my heart was missing.
So let's do 92 know if y'all like this song or not. Let me know if y'all like this song or not. Y'all can say it in my comment section if y'all like this song or not. This song is for the men.
Flowers every day, calls every night. Make me feel like everything was right. You said forever, said I was the one. Had me believing our story had begun. Wrapped me up in dreams so deep.
He made this using AI.
Now I'm losing all this.
I don't think we're using AI too.
How did heaven turn to rain? How did love become this pain? You love on me when you let me fall. Build me up so high just to watch me crawl. Promise me the moon, then you took the sky, left me with the questions.
Acting for the men where they heartbroken. It's for the men where they heartbroken. I told I stood just say you should drop it. Do 92, you should drop the song where you should drop. You should
Said
drop the song
all
where you
the
drop it.
things my heart was missing. Flowers every day, calls every night, made me feel like everything was right. You said forever, said I was the one, had me believing our story had begun. Wrapped me up in dreams so deep. Now I'm losing all this sleep. How did heaven turn to rain? How did love become this pain? You love me when you let me fall. Build me up so high just to watch me crawl. Promise me the moon, then you took the sky. Left me with the questions and the reasons why.
I was still 92, it's not AI. He's a real person. He's a singer in the rap. It's not AI, but he made an AI clone. He's a real person.
Now I'm picking up the pieces, trying to heal while my heart still bleeds. I gave you everything, you walked away free after love bombing me.
That's a beautiful song, though. It's a beautiful song. You need to drop it. Snoopy, you need to drop the song right. That's a beautiful song. You need to drop it. So many men go through love, for some love bombing them. I'm gonna go through that too. But yeah, you need to drop that. Leon, ain't nothing wrong with you. I like that. He need to drop this song right. He try like this too. I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it like 5, 6, 7 times. And my last time listening to it, I actually cried while I was listening to it somewhere here. Cause you know, when it comes to women, we don't get called beautiful all the time. We don't get called beautiful all the time. So when I heard her sing the song, I love Slim 92 voice. I love his voice. I listened to the song like 5, 6, 7 times. And then my 7th time, I cried. Because some women don't never really get called beautiful at all, to be honest.
Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't help myself when I just look at you. You fill my soul, make me
And that is the actual voice. His name is
I was
Snoopy.
lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful, beautiful, oh, beautiful, hey, you are beautiful. Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't help myself when I just look at you. You fill my soul, made me brand new. I was lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful, beautiful.
I want to lay in the comments that I'm saying this to myself. Right, that's why I put on my TikTok page. I was sending this song to myself. And yeah, I sent this song to myself.
Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't help myself when I just look at you. You fill my soul, made me brand new. I was lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful, beautiful, oh, beautiful, hey, you are beautiful. Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't
You dropped this song right here too. You dropped this
myself
song right
when
here.
I just look at you. You fill my soul, made me brand new. I was lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful, beautiful, oh, beautiful, hey, you are beautiful. Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't help myself when I just look at you. You fill my soul, made me brand new. I was lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful, beautiful, oh, beautiful, hey, you are beautiful. Could this be love? Could it be true? I can't help myself when I just look at you. You fill my soul, made me brand new. I was lost in this world, then I found you. Beautiful, hey, you are beautiful.
I love his voice.
Beautiful, oh, beautiful, hey, you are beautiful.
Let me order something he made for the think it's on weird. Oh, not so. My God, I like this picture right here too.
You better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you ain't the goddamn prize. Look at your fine ass. Looking fine as fuck today.
My
You
God.
better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you ain't the goddamn prize. Look at your fine ass. Looking fine.
My God. I'm trying to find this song. Where is it? Is it right here? Yeah, it's right here.
And they say real men don't cry. We drop our nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time.
He made this song for the men. Men mental health.
And they say real men don't fold.
Snoopy, you need to drop the song right here. Too. You need to drop the song right here too.
It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We drop our nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the world get heavy, be so much up on our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But where can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry.
I love his voice.
And they say real men don't cry. We drop our nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the world get heavy, be so much up on our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But where can we go when the world get cold? okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry.
His voice.
And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But what can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry. And they say real men don't cry. We talk about nuts and still survive. Don't listen to them lies. You better let that pain go instead of dying deep inside. Cause we get tired too. gotta die deep inside. Cause we get tired too. We need time to. When the work get heavy, be so much alone our mind too. And they say real men don't fold. But where can we go when the world get cold? It's okay to cry. Hey, it's okay to cry.
I love his voice. I hope you drop this song. You need to drop this. You need to drop this song. I love his voice.
I love a fat nigga. Whew. It's just
Oh,
like,
she ain't never lied about the pot. Oh my gosh. I gotta put this on me. I love that one.
And they say real men.
So I hope you drop this song. Still, you need to drop this song. You dropped it.
How did we get here? Break up, we start just like a windmill.
He's so
Say
handsome.
you
I'm
can't
called.
trust, but you want us, causing anxiety. Mixed emotions inside of me. Maybe I'm hard to love, but we just too strong to love. Maybe we reached our peak, now we losing a part of us. I know the feeling just ain't me. We lost the spark that once started us. I don't know what's left to do. Don't have much left to do.
Oh, he didn't skip
Got
it.
us so
He
confused.
didn't skip
Giving
it.
up don't mean we lose. Told me you wanted your space. Let you be free, so I did that. How could you play in my face? All along you was planning your get back. How did we get here?
Go run this song up on his YouTube channel.
Start
It's
just
called
like a
Change.
windmill. Say you can't trust, but you want us, causing anxiety. Mixed emotions inside of me. Maybe I'm hard to love, but we just too strong to love. Maybe we reached our peak, now we losing a part of us. I know the feeling just ain't me. We lost the spark that once started us. I don't know what's left to do. Don't have much left to do. Time got us so confused. Giving up don't mean we lose. Told me you wanted your space. Let you be free, so I did that. How could you play in my face? All along you was planning your get back. How did we
He's so handsome. Oh God. He did a skip for this song too. All right.
yeah, babe, that's what you were doing last night. You did detach from the
You
hoes.
said from the hoes. It's always the hoes. That's why we here who we here now. Because it's always the hoes. I ain't got no hoes.
That's a skit too.
That shit.
It's a skit.
What about you? I ain't never spoke on what you had going on. But you thought I was crazy though. But you want to play in my face when you ask for that space. That is insane to me. That's why we detached. It ain't no hoes nowhere to be found.
I'm gonna show you detach.
You gonna show me detached?
I'm gonna show you detach.
How did we get here?
And I don't know for the video, I don't know if it's me, I think it's subscribers, but don't for that follow something else, it's really, it's follow me. I think.
Emotions inside of me. Maybe I'm hard to love, we just too strong to love. Maybe we reached our peak, now we losing a part of us.
Yeah, babe.
That's the skit he did. He did nothing too much. I think it's the time to get to where. Oh, he did another skit too. Just right here.
Man, I'm sick of this.
What you sick of?
All of this is just too much for
I
me.
told you I wanted some space.
You wanted your space just to play in my face. How
It's not enough.
It's not enough? Well, the next step is going our separate ways. I can't do this no more.
Maybe it's just what we
Maybe it is. You tired, I'm tired. Told me you wanted space.
Sometimes you just had to be. Sometimes you just had to.
All along you was planning your get back. That's just a
Yeah,
part of the
sometimes
game.
you had to.
Wasting my time, I ain't with that. That's just a part of the game. Wasting my time, I ain't with that. Heal. You need to find your peace. Forget how we feel. Let it be a quick release. You need to heal. You need to find your peace. I gotta detach. I gotta do what's best for me. You need. Man, I'm sick of this.
What you sick of?
All of this is just too much for
Well, I
me.
told you I wanted some space.
You wanted your space just to play in my face. How that go?
It's not
And
enough.
this is a
It's
skit.
not enough.
This is
Well,
a
the
skit.
next step is just going our separate ways. I can't do this no more.
Well, maybe that's just what we do.
Maybe it is. You tired, I'm tired.
He said, you tired, I'm tired. It's the way he said it. I'm tired, you tired. Oh my gosh. He did this skit too early. He did this too.
As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that. As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that.
You're gonna pick that money up.
That's not a chopper sound.
That's not a chopper
As soon as I
sound.
come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that. As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that. As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it
No,
rain.
you do some skit. You're hilarious. You do some skit. You're funny.
As soon as I
You
come
do
through,
some
I let
skit.
that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain.
And that's the first day he called this on
As soon as I come through, I let that chop off.
And then he cried.
That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that. As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. Killing one from no reach. Everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna paint that. As soon as I come through, I let that chop off. Pow, pow.
She don't pick that money up. You said, no, yeah, that's a skit too. That's looking funny. Oh my gosh. You need to do some more skits to make it funny. It's not funny. I think it's weird. You need to drop this song too. This one, you need to drop this too.
Dear Lord, I write this letter with a broken heart. And I know times we've grown apart. Oh, I got questions. And I know you have the answers. Like, why do you feel right when you know you wrong? Why walk into my life and you won't stay long? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's a letter from a broken heart. It's a letter from a broken heart. From serenity that was torn apart. You told me you were still forever, built to last. But what happened to that part? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's a letter from a broken heart. It's a letter from a broken heart. Dear Lord, I write this letter with a broken heart. And I know through times we've grown apart. Oh, I got questions. And I know you have the answers. Like, why do you feel right when you know you wrong? Why walk into my life and you won't stay long? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It's a letter from a broken heart. It's a letter from from a broken heart, from serenity that was torn apart. You told me you were still forever, built to last. But what happened to that part? Oh Lord, oh Lord. It's a letter from a broken heart. It's a letter from a broken heart. Dear
That's new.
Lord.
You need to drop this song. You need to drop this song too. I like this too. I don't know if we're gonna drop this song though. This country song.
Yeah, she's barefooted on the tailgate, moonlights in her hair, sweet tea on her lips, something love affair. Radio bumping that old school Drake. She laughs when I rap, but she loves my mistake. Told her, girl, you're my peace when the world goes wild. It's just mountains here, boy, your love drives me mad. We argue about drive and kiss me like girl, take me more, the heart is propane. She don't need fancy, just a simple tune. Bonfire glow and the love real true. We got back roads and butterflies, whiskey kisses and them lullabies. You're my truth, my views, my ride or die. Ain't no goodbye when the love is high.
Drop this song too.
Yeah,
You need to drop this song too. That country song too. You need to drop this song too. I like country music too. I sure do. I don't think it loaded all the way. Oh, it ain't loaded all the way. Not loaded all the way.
I just dropped the pin, pull up. If you got a friend, leave her. Don't need no one to interrupt. These moments only just for us. I rub your feet, so tell me about your day. Smoke your problems, ash them in a tray. It's all about you, baby, either way. I stand on business, about you out of play. But excuse me if I might get lost. Staring in your beautiful face. Hug and kiss you, tell you that you safe. Let me be a perfect getaway. Just know it's all facts. We can vibe, we can chill, cause I'm right there. Hey, you smiling at me because of what we got is right. I guarantee you be right there. Vibe, chill, vibe, chill, vibe, chill. Baby, we can vibe, chill, vibe, chill. I just dropped the pin, pull up. If you got a friend, leave her. Don't need no one to interrupt. These moments only just for us. anyway. I stand on business, watch you, I don't play. But it's keep me if I might get lost. Staring in your beautiful face. Something keeps you tell you that you safe. Let me be perfect, get away. Just know it's all facts. We can vibe, we can chill, cause I'm like that. Hey, you smiling in the air because of what we got is right. I guarantee you'll be right, baby. Vibe, chill, vibe, chill, vibe, chill. Baby, we can vibe, chill, vibe, chill. I just dropped the pin, pull up. If you got a friend, leave her. Don't need no one to interrupt. These moments only just for us. I rub your feet, so tell me about your day. Smoke your problems, ash up in a tray. It's all about you, baby, anyway. I stand on business, about you, I don't play. But it's keeping me if I might get lost. Staring in your beautiful face. Something keeps you tell you that you safe. Let me be perfect, get away. Just know it's all facts. We can vibe, we can chill, cause I'm like that. Hey, you smiling in the air because of what we got is right. I guarantee you'll be right, baby. Vibe, chill, vibe, chill, vibe, chill. Baby, we can vibe, chill, vibe, chill. I just dropped the pin, pull up. If you got a friend, leave her. Don't need no one to interrupt. These moments only just for us. I rub your feet, so tell me about your day. Smoke your problems, ash up in a tray. It's all about you, baby, anyway. I stand on business, about you, I don't play. But it's keep me if I might get lost. Staring in your beautiful face. Something keeps you tell you that you safe. Let me be perfect, get away. Just know it's all facts. We can vibe, we can chill, cause I'm like that. Hey, you smiling in the air because of what we got is right. I guarantee you'll be right, baby. Vibe, chill, vibe, chill, vibe, chill. Baby, we can vibe, chill, vibe, chill.
Yeah, it didn't know what way it showed you. It did not know all the way at all. It know halfway. It did not know all the way. It did not. Not know all the way at all. Not know all the way. So I hope you got that song. I got to keep doing it. I think I'm typing something in. I ain't typing it in. Wait a minute. Oh, look, too bad I gotta refresh the damn page. Let me know. Yep, like it. Like it's stupid. I like the keyboard. I have to stop my keyboard. My keyboard is dumb. It's like it's stupid. Yeah, my keyboard is stupid. Like a stupid dumb. Yeah, my keyboard is dumb. Sweet myself. Thank y'all for joining my live with me. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers, my followers. And if I got any new subscribers on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I really, really appreciate it. If I got new subscribers on YouTube, I really, really appreciate it. I am gonna go to my subscribers on YouTube channel. I am gonna go to that YouTube channel. I am gonna watch our videos on your YouTube channel as well. I like your videos. I appreciate all my subscribers, my followers. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'll be back on YouTube a little bit later. But I thank all y'all for joining my live with me. I really, really appreciate it. But I'll be back on YouTube a little bit later.